Today, we're discussing how likely it is that we're going to see the Wolverine game before the end of the year. And we're also talking about what we've been playing recently, including Steven's escapades on Mafia and Gears of War, and Andy and I playing Gears of War and Rematch together as well. Let's talk about that and more in this week's episode of the Late Night Gamer podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 58 of the Late Night Gamer podcast, your place for late night laughs, hot takes, and video game reviews. I'm your host, Welchy, and joining me tonight is our resident. That's wrong. Whoa, I am way off.
Oh,
Mr.
whoa.
Pop Figures himself, Andy.
Oh, yeah. Do not put me in second place after the start. Yeah. Happy to be back, guys. I would say it's been a while, but
It's
three
been
days in a
24
row now,
hours,
so
yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
as you can tell, I've not made notes properly for this episode, but also joining us is our resident horror expert, Stephen.
Yes, hello guys. Can you actually put me first, Welchy? Because that sounds a lot better. Yeah, John the horror expert, and then Mr. Pop Figures himself.
I'll see it first.
Yeah, I knew you were about to say that. I've got the sloppy seconds on the podcast still. That sounded a lot better in my head, and then when it came out, I was like, actually, that doesn't sound great. Yeah, looking forward to this one, guys. I've had a big week of, well, one day, but I've done a lot in a day, so looking forward to giving you my thoughts on that. And I didn't even know that was going to be the topic that we were doing as well about Wolverine, so that's going to be exciting to talk
So
about.
obviously, last time I'm going to talk about it. We've split the podcast in two, both on the movie side and the gaming side. So now there's going to be 2 episodes a week on both the Late Night Movies and Late Night Gamer podcast. Gaming side, on this one, you'll get it typically on a Wednesday and a Friday. Episodes be around the 45 to 55 minute mark, under an hour basically, and should be much more focused. Each week will be at least one main topic, and then such as a review or a top 10 list or predictions episode. And then you'll get one which would be more like this one, which is more conversational and about what we've been playing. But sometimes we'll use this second episode for like an additional topic if it's needed. Same's happening on the movie side. We've already done 2 episodes this week on the movie side. This is the second episode on the gaming side. But this is very much a trial period. So please do send through any feedback relating to this, because it's very much, we're trying to see if it works for us recording wise, but also for you guys listening. So leave your comments on Spotify and YouTube, or message us on Discord. But yeah, I did want to quickly talk about Wolverine, because rumors are heating up that we're going to start
They
to
are.
see it
Yeah.
this year. Not get it, obviously, but we're going to see the next trailer. So I can't remember who it was that reported it, so apologies to the reporter. But apparently the next trailer had been being worked on and is ready. So the suggestions were it's going to be at the State of Play, which is rumored to be this month, which is interesting because we just had one last week for James Bond. Although still,
Yeah.
it's a different thing, really. That's more of a game-focused one, not their big,
Yeah,
I say big, but their State of Plays. If it's not there, it sounds like it's going to very least be at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
personally think that's a better place to show it. I would use the State of Play, if they've got one, to do a little. Apparently, it's in September, the State of Play. I don't think you show off
but
Wolverine weeks before Yote releases, personally. I think you just let Yote have its time, and then Game Awards, you bring out Wolverine.
having said that, the first announcement we got of Wolverine was at the PlayStation State of Play. That's
Yes,
where
but
it was
that was
formally
pre, or
launched.
no, it wasn't actually, was it? It was the year into the PlayStation 5. But I don't
Yeah,
think it was like in a. This is literally going to be like a week or two before Yote. It just feels a bit like, look at this massive new shiny game we've got
but would
coming. I guess they could also show Yote in the same State of Play, I
but
guess.
also aren't they trying to show people that Insomniac has got through? Because again, Insomniac are they in a better place now? Are they? Because it's very much up in the air about what happened to them. So could they look at it and go, "This will show everybody that we're now on the right path, and don't worry, games from us are coming back." And therefore, they would then not really think too much about the Ghost of Yote. But I get that as well, and that Game Awards would be a better place. But I don't really
I,
know because Insomniac's so like
yeah.
up in the air about what's going on with them.
I think they should show it at State of Play because everyone knows that Yote is coming anyway. It'll be like Yote's coming out next week. Let us show you what's coming out next year that you've got to look forward to. So
You would then also
I
have
don't,
the hype. You'd have the hype of playing Ghost of Yori and the hype that that Wolverine is now kind of
yeah,
giving a bit of emotion. So,
Yeah, it would
and
give
the fact that
them their moment. It'd be like the PlayStation's time. Like, oh my god, we're playing Yote and we know
yeah,
Wolverine's coming.
yeah.
I assume they'll give us some sort of window.
especially if like PlayStation are looking to have something that hypes everyone prior to the months leading up to GTA 6. Do they feel that is Ghost enough? Because after Ghost, obviously you have got James Bond, you've got Resident Evil, but like
I
the
don't think
Wolverine game.
Wolverine comes out before GTA 6 though.
No, what I mean is that it's hyping gamers up. So they're hyped about that Wolverine's coming out whenever it is coming out. You've got Ghost, Resident Evil, James Bond, and then GTA 6. Do they feel, does PlayStation sit there in like a meeting and go, we need something more to fuel the hype of what's to come?
It's
Maybe.
interesting
I know.
because at the moment, in PlayStation terms, if we forget about Wolverine for a minute, we know that we're getting Yote, obviously. We know that
Yeah.
we're getting that Saros game made by the people that made Returnal,
Yeah.
which will probably be another roguelike. And we know we're getting Intergalactic Heretic Prophet. That's pretty much it. Because Wolverine, yes, we know we're getting it, but it's been so quiet that it's almost one of those like, are we getting it?
Yeah.
So if they were to announce that, there's 4. We still need Sony Santa Monica. There's also heavy rumors that they're going to be showing off a new God of War, but not a sequel or anything. It's going to be like a I don't want to say a roguelike, Andy, but something like that. Something more like
God.
Prince of Persia, Lost, whatever one you played last
I
year.
hope not. I
Um,
hope
Oh,
not.
God.
but anyway, apparently there's also a proper game in the works as well. I say proper game. They're both proper games, but you know what I mean. A proper
Yeah.
third-person action game.
Yeah.
So if all these things are true, then they've got games lined up and they could have a really good showcase. It's just how true are they and how accurate are these reports? How far away are these games? I just think Wolverine would do better at a Game Awards because there's more eyes on the Game Awards. And I think
True.
it would
Yeah.
be a big. Last year at the Game Awards, we had the announcement of Heretic Prophet, and
But
that
what if they
went
have
massive.
another Naughty Dog game lined up?
Another Naughty Dog game.
Yeah.
Don't
I
do
don't
this
think you're
to
going to get
me.
away with you. I know you predicted it like once, but surely not again.
You never know.
What, a Last of Us 3 or
There's,
something?
from what I've been reading, there's rumors that they're working on 2 games, and there's another game, whatever that game is, they could chuck a teaser out.
Naughty Dog don't tend to do 2 things at the same time. They normally focus on one project, and once that's completely done, then move on to the next one. I'd be stunned if they've got 2 different games, unless they've broken their mold. Because I know they were doing a lot of changes within the team.
When they
That
did,
they've
they
got
were
one,
working on the multiplayer game, which has since been
yeah,
cancelled. But they could have just pushed that team to another game. It's not.
to another game maybe. It doesn't sit well with me that Naughty Dog work on 2 things because they're such perfectionists that they would like their full focus on the
If they've
game
got
that
a big
is.
enough team, why can't a company like Naughty Dog work on
I
2
just
games?
they
It's
can, but
like,
they haven't done it before. That's the only
well,
reason I say that's never been their ethos. It might change, but
I
I
think,
think it's unlikely.
but I do think Sony like that because Insomniac obviously do that. They work on multiple
Yeah,
games at a time, and for a while it was working because they were hitting out Spider-Man, then Miles Morales, then Ratchet and Clank, then Spider-Man 2 in like insane speed.
and maybe
yeah.
Sony are not telling Naughty Dog, but advising them that maybe
We need more
it
than
would
just
be a
one
better
project.
work
Yeah.
model. Yeah, maybe.
And it
It's not.
sounds
It's not
like
completely out of the
if
question.
the God of War rumors are true, and they do have a kind of a newer take on God of War, and then a normal remake, a normal sequel, they've got 2 on the go.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
Obviously, we
mental.
don't. Sucker Punch obviously are just doing Ghost of Yote at the moment, but you never. Well, they've got their multiplayer Ghost of Yote coming out next year, but that's more basically just
Yeah.
DLC. So maybe that's the route PlayStation taken. It's interesting, but I guess the question is really: do you think we see Wolverine this year? Like, do you feel it in your gut that we're going to see it? Because I lean
I
towards
do.
no.
I
I
don't
think
think
we
so.
do. I think we do.
The
With
only
the top team.
reason I would love to see it. I still think that if we do get it, we ain't getting to play it till probably 2027. I don't think we're getting it next year, or maybe at the tail end of 2026. Like especially with GTA 6, they're not going to release like the Wolverine's not going to come out a month after GTA 6.
No, but it could be towards the end of the year. It could.
Could
It's interesting because how many games are there this year? So only one, just Yote. I can't think of another one.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh well,
Is it
Death
just
Stranding
Yote?
2, I guess counts.
Yeah,
Even though it's not first party, it is. Was it on PC? I can't remember. But last year you had Helldivers and Astrobot, which on the name side aren't massive games, but they ended up being massive games.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if they're going for that 2 a year, next year's just Saros, as far as we know. So it could be Wolverine.
It could.
could be.
I mean, I imagine. Sorry, I would say maybe probably like November, December if we were going to see it next year. But I don't see it like hitting in like August or July or.
No, but Saros could fill that spot.
Yeah, and then maybe Wolverine later in the year. I think my only reservation again, it's been so quiet on the Insomniac front. I don't think anyone really knows how far they are following what happened to them.
But that's could be part of the reason why they're staying quiet is because they've obviously had that massive leak and stuff. So they're just right now keeping everything under wraps, and I think we're going to get boom and boom. Yeah.
I really hope you're right, Andy, and I really hope we do see it. I've had those hopes for so long now, since it was shown in 21. That'd be 4 years later.
I'd be disappointed.
Yeah.
But then if it shows up, there's more excitement.
I think we're more likely to see a updated trailer or more gameplay on Intergalactic Heretic Prophet.
Yeah, that would be the safe bet. I think also, not that anything good comes out of a leak from a company, because what happened to Sonic was truly awful. But because they leaked so much of Wolverine, there was a couple of games that were going, this is not the route that we wanted it to go down.
I'm one of
like
them,
that dark grey, and I was one of them as well. So imagine if we got a much more grittier, darker trailer, we'd be all sitting there going, oh my god, I cannot wait to play it, because I just feel that that's what they should be doing with Wolverine. There's those darker moments in the Spider-Man games. They can do it. Like, they can absolutely tackle a darker side, a more sort of Last of Us vibe, sort of Wolverine game. So
Wolverine
in a
needs
way,
to be like a cross of Last of Us and Batman. Batman in terms of like the atmosphere, I guess I'm trying to say.
Well, if you think about like Arkham Knight, it is dark and it's got some really unsettling moments, and that's kind of what I want from Wolverine. Like, I want that Logan sort of vibe. How they portrayed it. Yeah, that's kind of what I would like.
I don't want to move on so we can actually talk about what we've been playing, but who do you think would be the main villain in Wolverine? Because normally we only see him in X-Men, right? Like, that's normally where we see him.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's Magneto. I mean, it could be. It could be Sabretooth, but I think that's a bit boring.
I was thinking if it was going to be anyone, would it be Sabretooth?
Probably, but is it just too safe and too standard?
I think it's too safe. I think he will be in the game potentially, but not as the main.
It could be one like in Spider-Man where you have multiple villains. I expect Sabretooth to be there. Yeah.
I mean, this is what I'm about to say. Could they do like an original new enemy?
It depends if they're allowed to, because they've. I think it's Marvel Rivals have been told they're allowed to make new characters if they want to. Like, they have the leeway. They'd have to obviously get it approved, but they have the leeway. So maybe Insomniac went to them and said, "Look, we've got this idea." Marvel could have gone, "You know what? Go for it.
We like it."
Yeah.
But I'm not actually that clued up on Wolverine to know who is. I mean,
no.
In X-Men Wolverine Origins, isn't Deadpool a villain? Like one of them.
I was about to say maybe.
My other point is, will we get Deadpool in the game?
Again,
there could be cameos from like those characters. Yeah. It's hard to pinpoint who will be in it because there's so many characters they can choose from.
Do you know what would be hilarious if in like a parallel universe we got, the Nolan North Deadpool in Insomniac's Wolverine? It would just be fucking jokes. Obviously, it would be completely against everything I've said about being a really gritty, dark take. But just the idea of like the video game Deadpool rocking in would be very, very funny.
So I've just Googled his typical villains. I don't know how they've ordered this. They've ordered it 1 to 15. I don't know if 1's the best or just most common. I don't even. Sabretooth is obviously the number 1 here.
Yeah.
Silver Samurai. I don't know who that is. Although thinking about it, isn't there one of samurais in one of the films? Lady Deathstrike, Omega Red. I don't know all these. Mystique,
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Again, she's
So they could go that route.
yeah.
William Stryker, and I think William Stryker is the one who makes him Wolverine, isn't he? He gives him the adamantium skeleton or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good enemy in
Yeah,
terms of
but he's
if
more of like
he
a.
somehow. I know he's
He hasn't got powers, has he?
more.
He's just more like the.
That's what I mean. What if they gave him powers in this? What if
Yeah, he could
he
give
has powers
himself
too?
the, but it just turns into another fucking UVU thing.
Wolverine? Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's one of the weaknesses that the X-Men enemies are like pretty weak.
I don't
They
think
don't
they're weak,
hit.
but they usually work as a group, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, if you think of like, crazy enemies, you think of like Kratos from Spider-Man, Joker, Riddler. Like, there's
Yeah.
no one in the pool of X-Men like enemies that you.
Magneto's a massive villain, but
Yeah,
then sometimes he's an X-Men, so
exactly.
it's
And because they always fell from being good or bad, there's not one outside of Sabretooth, one like distinct enemy. Like you think of Batman, Joker is the match.
Yeah.
Kratos, Spider-Man. X-Men doesn't tend to have that. So it'd be interesting to see what Insomniac do to give us that real enemy that we're gonna have to try and take down by the end of the game.
It does say here as well Hulk,
Oh, okay.
but
That'd be
I
interesting.
think they'd have to make Hulk. I mean, Hulk is naturally bad, isn't he? Like when he can't control himself, so it could be. And obviously it says Cyclops, but more of the fact that they just don't like each other rather than an actual villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Magneto.
Could it not be?
There's loads of options. It's just they don't entice me the way, like you say, Batman has incredible villains.
Yeah.
And so does Spider-Man. They're the most iconic.
Yeah,
ones.
exactly.
But
and
there's not an obvious choice for it.
No.
This game.
And I feel like
if they do that, it's going to be perfect. Like, but yeah, it's going to be a difficult choice for them.
And it's difficult because in a movie you can get away with that, but in a video game, your game is only as good as the enemy that you got to try and take down. So
but if they do it as like the Spider-Man 1 game format, where you had multiple enemies pop up, but then it gets to the stage where they fight in twos, or you have like a 1-on-4 situation, they can make that a cool like boss fight.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think what's going to be really interesting is that nobody knows what direction they're going down, what's going to happen. We've not had anything because of the leak situation. The next trailer should hopefully give us a bit of an indication to answer some of those questions.
Yeah, it's got to be like Spider-Man 2 trailer where even if they don't show it that much, at the end they showed Venom's voice and the little Venom like face.
Yeah.
That was enough for me to feel like I'm in. If they did something and it was, I don't know, Magneto in the background, it's like, okay, let's go, whatever. Or Deadpool like, making a joke, saying, I don't know.
You're getting it day one without any question.
Anyway,
I mean, like if you see some of those trailers, you think, oh, that looks absolutely terrible. But like with the Spider-Man 2 thing, as soon as I like saw the bit of it, I was like, yeah, absolutely. Like there's no question in any shape or form. But I still maintain I don't think we're getting it this year. That's what my gut says anyway. I could be wrong though.
I hope we're wrong, Stephen. But I do want to move on to what we've been playing. But before we do that, a little bit of housekeeping, 18 minutes in. Of course, this is the Late Night Gamer podcast. We drop 2 episodes every week, typically on a Wednesday and a Friday. If you enjoy the podcast, please do consider following or subscribing on your favourite podcast service, and also leave a rating, as that really helps support the podcast. You can follow us on all major socials with the handle @TheLNGPod. And you can join our Discord using the link in the podcast description if you want to chat movies, TV shows, and video games. If you're listening or watching on Spotify, you can now leave comments on there too. And of course, our podcast is available on YouTube if that is your platform of choice. Be sure to also check out the LNG Pod on Twitch. Speaking of Twitch, our content schedule for the week beginning 8th of September looks like this. Tuesday, you had our Conjuring The Last Rites review on the Late Night Movie Podcast. Wednesday, you had our top 10 most iconic video game characters, which was a fun episode on the Gaming Podcast, if you haven't checked that one out already. Thursday, you got our movie podcast where I reviewed Together and Heart Eyes, Stephen reviewed Nobody 2, and Andy reviewed Dexter Resurrection. And then, obviously, Friday, you'll get in this episode our thoughts on the Wolverine, rumours, and what we've been playing. Friday, Saturday, and actually Thursday, there should be Twitch streams. So look out for that on our Twitch channel. Finally, we are sponsored by W Energy Drinks. If you want an energy drink for your long gaming sessions, then you can get a 10% discount on W products by using the code TheLNGPod at checkout. That's the LNG pod for a 10% discount. Another thing to do before we move on to what we've been playing is our rotating segment.
Yeah,
I hope
got
you
my
will come with
song.
a song each.
Yep. You told us
Yeah.
this, so I've got
Yeah.
one.
So obviously we've got our late night gamer podcast Spotify playlist. I think there's six songs on there at the moment. We're going to make that 9 now, but all add in one more each.
Can we just
Andy.
quickly go through what songs we have on the playlist?
Yes, of course. Let's just open it up now. So I know that I added Lecrae, Where We Come From. I think that sounds right. There's 2 songs I love from Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I'm hoping I've got the right one there. No, that's the movie podcast. Here's the game one. So we have, Where We Come From, Lecrae from Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. I think Andy added Heat Waves from FIFA.
Yep.
And then Stephen added I Am Astrobot from the Astros Playroom. Then me and Andy added a song each from Expedition 33. I added Lumiere. Andy added Alicia. And then Stephen added I Ran, which I guess is from Warzone.
Warzone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, I should remind, it's also from Grand Theft Auto Vice City. It's on one of the radio stations.
That's a game I didn't
but
actually consider. I actually just need to think about my GTA like soundtracks, but
do you know that song? Like, have you
I don't.
listened
Well,
to
I
it?
haven't listened to it. I might do, but
If you listen, because it's on one of the Vice City stations, so if you recognise it from that more so than Warzone, but it is on that as well.
I won't know from Warzone. Yeah. Andy, what have you come with?
So I've gone for a song called "To All of You" by Sid Matters,
To all of
and
you.
to all of you, and it is from Life is Strange. And whenever I hear that,
Cool.
it
Sid
just
Mappers.
reminds me of it. Just
Cool.
very smoothing.
I can already imagine the kind of that music that is going to be. Just I
Yeah.
haven't played the game, but I know what it's about. I know what kind of vibe those games give. So
Yeah, it's just relaxing.
there's a lot of people that like the soundtrack of what did we play this year, Andy?
Oh my god, I forgot what it's called as well.
Split Fiction?
Well, you didn't like?
No, the shit one we played.
No. Oh, what's it actually called?
Lost Records.
Oh,
There you go.
Lost
Oh
Records.
yeah, Lost Records.
That is bad.
Yeah, but I don't like that. So I am going to add in a song from Portal. Was it Portal 2 or Portal 1? That's the question. I can't remember which one it's from. It's either Portal 1 or Portal 2. It's called Still Alive. And the beauty of this song is that it was made for this game. It is literally,
Okay.
it is
That's
GLaDOS singing. You'll probably listen to it and think, what
Yeah.
the fuck is this? But for anyone who has played the game and appreciates the game and appreciates the character, it's a good, and it's actually quite funny as well.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's one of the ones you'll probably put in a car and skip it, but
Yeah.
there are people that will appreciate that pick. And finally,
I have
Stephen,
to
what are you going to add?
So I'm not just spitballing because I so came to this podcast with a song in my mind, and that is completely out of line. I didn't, but I do have one. As soon as I was thinking, because I can give you like 20 now. I'm gonna go with. I have mentioned this before. It's Ariana Grande and it's Moonlight from
Quarry.
the opening sequence of The Quarry. Yeah,
job.
because I do every time that song comes on. I said it before, I say it again. I had COVID. I sat down, I played it. The lights were off. The first opening sequence, that song plays with the moonlight beaming down on the car as they're driving to the camp, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna love this game. Like it, and it's such a clever bit of music. If you read between the lines, a lot of what is in the song plays out in the game.
Mhm.
So great use of song choice. I love when horror video games. I don't I've got horror movies on the brain right now. I love when horror video games pick music that is really clever, that says 5 different things about what's to come.
Mhm.
And like horror movies at the moment are doing a lot of that. That they're picking songs that are really upbeat and funky,
Like on Together.
based on Together's a perfect example. Something really bad's happening, but set to a really upbeat song. And when horror video games do it, and they don't do it as much as movies do, but when they hit it, they're on point. And I feel like hopefully people agree that that song, when I hear it, it's Quarry.
Yeah, I think that's got to be one of the games I'd recommend more for you, Andy. Like, as in, one
Yeah,
that's because
it's
you
on
liked
my
Until
list.
Dawn especially. So
Yeah, yeah.
no,
Yeah, I have
You
I
play,
bought the Quarry because it
did
was
you
on
play
sale.
the Quarry? I thought you played it, Andy. Did you not?
No, I played Until Dawn, but I was planning to play it during the 24-hour stream, but obviously went off track with that.
then rematch
Rematch
happened.
is
I haven't played it.
yeah, rematch is sort of to blame for that. Yeah, I would recommend that as well because you'll love that. You'll love the Quarry.
Yeah, it's on my list. At some point I'll play it.
Okay, well there you go. We have 9 songs, and it now takes almost 32 minutes to play through them all. So
Sweet.
similar to the movies playlist, if you've got 30 minutes to spare on a car journey or whatever, and you've already listened to all of our podcast episodes, of course, then obviously listen to our playlist. It's got some good songs in there. Okay, what we have been playing, Stephen, you've been playing a fair bit.
Yeah.
What do you want to start with? Gears, Mafia?
I'm going to start with Mafia because then if you go into the Gears, I can then jump in on the multiplayer and then move on to the campaign. I am finding myself. The thing is, right, I'll be brutal honest, I love both the campaigns I'm playing. Like replaying Gears, it's bringing back so many memories. I don't remember a lot of it, so the bits that I then remember when they come, I'm like, oh, this is great. But Mafia, I am really starting to get into. I'm pretty much at the same sort of point for both. So I'm about 6 hours into Mafia. There's I think 14 chapters, and I'm on number 7. So I'm pretty much bang on the halfway point. So I started with am I able? Are you playing this, Welchy? Am I able to give spoilers to this, or are you
I
playing it
mean,
at
I
some
think
point?
Andy said stuff and I've already forgotten it. So,
Okay,
Yeah, I don't think it's stuff you'll remember.
no.
If you're not
no.
playing it anytime soon. Like,
Okay, cool. I think there was the first bit is so like with Enzo when you go over to the Don Torelli family and he's like doing really shit jobs. So like the very first bit is
literally what I said.
yeah, where you pick up the wine crates. I do wish there was a button that you could either drink it or drop the wine because like I kept really having the urge that I wanted to spill that wine all over the stable, but you can't do that. And then my next note, and you'll laugh at this, Andy. I put who's the cutie patootie in the stable that gave Enzo the fuck me eyes because like she just looks at you and like oh there's something happening then. And you then find out that cutie patootie is the daughter of John Torelli. And I was like, in my notes, that's a red flag because we all know in gangster terms, you don't get with the daughter of the big boss, right? But now I was starting to like picture my own story, thinking they're not going to like play with that. Like it's going to go down a completely different rabbit hole. I would quite like it that they, have a bit of a fiddle with each other, so to speak. And the whole point of it is that you, as the audience, or as the gamer, are waiting for the moment of when John Dreddy finds that out. And oh my fuck, the game decides to actually go down that route. I'm like, this is great. Like, this is so good. I also put in my notes that so there's a character called Ceacre. I've got it as Ceacre. And I do find it funny that Luca is just so mean to him. Like you'll be like driving or on the horse, and like his opinion never ever counts.
Is that
He's kind of
the nephew? You're on about the nephew? Yeah.
he just gets absolutely rinsed in all of the bits of dialogue that I've had with him up to this point. I got to obviously shoot the guns for the first time. And I did so the first time that you get to shoot your rifle and your pistol, I did feel that the gunplay was like really clunky and a bit all over the place. But then I played the sequence with the bandits when Isabella is captured, and you then ride in the car, and then you go onto the horse to pursue her, and the gunplay felt a lot more better in that second level. I really enjoyed that sequence
What
when
changed?
Isabella's captured.
What changes in the
I
gameplay?
don't really
It's
know.
very the settings and made it easier.
No, I didn't make any changes to the settings. Thank you very much, Andy. I don't know what it was. It just felt like I was shooting them. I wasn't having any problems from the gameplay side. It just felt because you have to be kind of accurate. Like you've got like the 4 little dots, and like there's a lot of times I'm shooting that I'm just going like over or to the right.
It is a bit more realistic with Mafia in terms of like the sway, in terms of it'll try and make you feel like you're nervous and stuff originally.
So
but you've got to then get used to how to steady the gun up a bit.
And maybe after that first mission, I started to get used to it, because the second one was more fast paced.
you're probably picking up different guns in that as well, Stephen. So obviously
Yeah.
different guns have better control and recoil.
So I had the rifle, the semi-automatic pistol. I had the sawn-off shotgun, which is a lot of fun. You just go up to someone, just bang, blow their heads like clean off. And I also like the stealth parts where you start using the knife, because before that you just have like the knife fights, so you're not actually killing anybody. But then you get the opportunity to use your knife and actually like go up behind someone and just like tear their throat out. But the first bit of gunplay is a bit more slow paced, and then this mission picks it up. So maybe I just enjoyed the mission more, that I wasn't thinking too much about the gunplay, but it felt a bit more smoother. But you're right, Andy, I'm using lots of different guns, different variables, and it could just be that I'm starting to really get used to it. I am actually really enjoying it. It is exactly what I expected, but I'm having a lot more fun with it. Whereas I thought Gears would keep me on, at this moment, I'm leaning more towards just really enjoying Mafia. They're both amazing campaigns, don't get me wrong, but there's something about Mafia that I'm so engrossed in this story, particularly that after the sequence where you rescue Isabella from the bandits, she then kisses Enzo, right? And they're like writing secret love letters to each other, going that we're going to find a way to be together. We're going to try and get Don to let me marry you. And I'm thinking, when Don finds out that them two are together, all hell will like break loose. Particularly as there's a sequence that he essentially gets invited into becoming members of the family. So there's like a blood ritual. Then they go on like a massive night out, so to speak. So you're driving and you're drunk, and like the trees start moving.
Yeah.
And also what I love about the game, the attention to detail is really, really impressive. Like there's little things that are there. Like the cars, I can't drive them. They're just, I literally crash all over the fucking place. Like it's really, I picked one of the cars that you get like top speed of 120. I just went round like the corners going to one of the places where that guy that you have to capture, the old dude, where you break into the house. And as I'm going round, I like every time I steered, I was like, my car was like that, and it just went. And then I tried that way. It went. I was like, and I do remember actually like Mafia 3 that the handling of the cars, it's not like GTA or anything like that. They're not the best.
It's purposely like that because it's old. They're older cars. It's like older style.
But I remember like with LA Noire, I didn't have that issue because that was set in like 1930s, but they handled nicely. But it's not a bad thing. Everything, like the guns are meant to feel realistic. I would say the driver's meant to feel realistic. It doesn't. You just, car goes all over the shop. But like there's also a moment. So when C-Street, he starts hitting on a new worker, and you can hear in her voice that she's uncomfortable. And the game then gives you the option as Enzo that you can press square and bring him away from the girl and then banter with him. Like it's part of the mission. It's one where you go to like the gardens to meet Isabella, but it's like, because we've seen in earlier parts how he can interact with some of the girls, it's like I don't know if I'm giving the game way too much credit here, but the fact that you can interact with him at that point, like you're in the barn, you're coming out, you're about to walk to the garden, and you can hear this bit of dialogue. I just think I quite like that.
I'm not gonna lie, I skipped all the optional stuff. I think I said on the podcast. I said there's a lot of options, but I went straight to the garden and straight to
Oh no, see, I'm doing a lot of going around, but I do that a lot. I like, having those optional bits of conversation, checking all my outfits, I'm looting all the bodies so I can get the currency, which I can't remember what they call it. They call it something, and you can then upgrade your guns, you can put stuff in your horses. So I am doing all of that, but I just think that there's a lot of good attention to detail, which has always been the case in like the old school Mafia games. It's a lot of fun,
just before I forget, there's one part towards the end of the game where I don't know if it actually gives you an option or whether it'll force you to do what I done. But I'm curious to find out that if you don't do what I done, whether it changes the ending potentially.
Oh, okay.
Because
that's interesting.
I think I forgot to mention it when I was doing my review, but there was a certain part where you have like this option to, well, I think you have an option to kill someone. I won't say who it is. It's not really anyone that's relevant, but then that potentially impacts the story down the line because they mention it. But I don't know if you don't shoot them, whether you just like walk away, and then whether that impacts the story down the line.
Okay.
But hearing you talk about the game, I don't know if I've like I've potentially maybe like underestimated the ending to this game because I feel like you're really going to enjoy it, Steve, based on what you've
Okay.
said so far.
It's
Well,
the
well,
only
I say
my
enjoy.
my worry is that because I love in the best gangster movies that I watch are the ones where you get under the ropes of the big boss, but you're actually betraying him because in gangster that's a big no-no. And I was joking, thinking that the game wasn't going to do that, and then it is. So I just hope that the end sequence. I don't want that reveal to be shit or that it actually falls flat on its face because there's tension in the air. Like I actually felt quite uncomfortable in the sequence where he gets invited into becoming part of the Trenny family, and he's like, any betrayal, we don't even speak about it. Your head's on a platter or something along those lines. And I'm sitting there going to myself, yeah, but he wants to fuck your daughter, mate. Like there is really betrayal from day one, and it's like I love how the game is constantly reminding me of that, and that there are
Yeah,
moments where Enzo goes, yeah, absolutely. And the weird thing with Enzo is he wants to be part of that gangster family. He has got the respect. He will do whatever it takes his family. But then the immediate scene after that, when you start to think maybe he's going to say to Isabella, look, this is too much. I'm not going to betray your dad. He's put all of this faith into me. He's then writing letters and they keep talking about the fact that they're going to find a way of getting together and being married. And it's like, I'm like, Enzo, stop. Like, no. So if the game carries on in that way and has a good payoff, then yeah, I am going to really, really enjoy it. And I started playing it thinking, oh, this is just sad, and then they started dropping that story, and I was like, okay, you've got me, you've got me. This is a real proper story driven game that is just building and building, and I haven't played a game like
you're
that for a while.
you're definitely going to rate this game higher than me. I already know. It's like it's so annoying, like knowing what happens, and like I just want to tell you. But I want you to like experience it and then talk about it. So yeah, I want you to complete this game
I
quicker.
did. I did actually. I didn't listen to the Mafia bit because I wanted to go into it dark. So
Yeah,
I am kind of glad even more that I don't necessarily know your overall thoughts of it because then once I say my full findings, you then can tell me that bit, and then I can find out where we were alike or what was different. Um, I feel like you would enjoy this game, Welchy, because obviously how much you like story-driven games. If you ever got round to it.
Yeah,
I
maybe
would
one
say that
day, but
one that yeah,
it's not calling my name right now.
no,
But maybe one day. Gears of War. Obviously, Andy, we've played a couple more times since the last podcast. Um,
yeah.
I played with Jack as well. I haven't played with you again yet, Stephen, but obviously you've been busy and
no.
I've been busy. But um, I'm still having a good time. I'm still getting really fucking frustrated at the same time. Um,
Any
there
more
was
rages?
there's one night with Jack where we gave up pretty quick and just went on to rematch because it was just getting too frustrating. We was playing 2v2, which is sometimes my favorite mode in this game, and then sometimes I hate it because if you come across two people that are very good, it's a long, it's not long, it's quite quick, but it's a frustrating evening.
Yeah,
Um, and I think it was me and you where we had a few close matches, and
Yeah, and then
the
we
other
had that really fun
team,
game.
yeah, the other team was
Yeah,
getting quite cocky
when we was winning as
when
well.
we were
They got
winning,
cocky.
and then
Yeah,
we did win that one, though, right? They didn't come back and win.
yeah, we won.
Yeah, we
Oh
won
yeah,
that
we
one. Yeah,
won it, and then we like
I,
absolutely destroyed them.
yeah.
why would you get cocky if you're not winning?
I
That doesn't
don't
make any
know.
sense at
Exactly.
all.
Yeah, it was an interesting
Very
decision
backwards.
from them. Um, it's the typical Gears of War thing that's been happening since the Gears of War 1 days, where you get behind someone and pretend to bum them when they're down. Um,
Oh,
it's basically your way of showing off, calling the other person shit, isn't it, and gloating.
yeah,
Yeah,
But to do that when you're, I don't know, we was like 5-2 up or something, whatever. It's like really, like I
that's
don't think you
yeah,
were in a
stupid.
position to do this, which now it made us want to do it. And I said to Andy
yeah,
when we got to the last round, I said, if you get the last one down, just leave him there. And we left him down,
yeah.
started doing it. He got up, hit him down. It's like, this is your punishment. You don't do this. And I think
Yeah.
he quit before we could actually kill him. But um, it's a lot of fun. It's bringing back all the
Yeah,
memories of Gears of War 1. It's just, yeah, I still find it frustrating at times. But I think that's just me and multiplayer. And it's most people. I'm not saying it's a me thing. Everyone gets frustrated with multiplayer. But
yeah.
um,
Yeah. when
I
when it's going well,
I
you're in a good mood, aren't you? And then obviously when it's going against you, it
Yeah.
can be frustrating. And then you start playing worse because you're just getting frustrated.
And this game
The
does
only-
have inconsistent Nasher shots. I feel it's still it is
Yeah.
Gears of War 1. It's quite true to Gears of War 1. Gears of War 1 was like that. It didn't really improve until 2, 3, 4, 1, so on.
Yeah.
So it's got the old jank, which you just got to either appreciate it for what it is, or you
Yeah,
hate it. And there's a fine line.
there's a I was watching someone and they literally went up behind someone and shot them. Didn't do anything. They just turned around and killed them. It was like, if that was me in that situation, I took that shot, I'd be fuming.
Yeah.
Because they were literally not even looking at them. Just went up straight behind them, shotgun in their face, didn't die. And I was like, what the fuck? How did he not just die from that? If that was me, yeah, I'd be losing my head.
I do also think that maybe those people that you played, were they trying to do some kind of reverse psychology in like baiting you to then start being really cocky, and then they're going to start really showing up, but you just don't do that.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
mental.
maybe, but I think it's also the frustration coming out of them as well, because we were pretty
Yeah.
much destroying them. They might have been like, I fucking finally
Yeah.
got them down. Let's just mug them off. And it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
you've just made it
You-
worse.
You're also right about the frustration. I mean, I was literally playing Fortnite with our friend James like earlier this evening, and we will come up against some really, really good teams. We kept getting to like the final like 4 or 5 players, and then you're getting this situation. You're getting constantly wiped in that 5 circle, and you then start naturally playing worse because
Yeah.
you're constantly getting so close to the end. And in the end, we did get like 3 or 4 victories, but still, it's like. And I get that sometimes on solo runs where if I've had like 4 games where I'm like getting second or third or whatever, and then I'll then play 2 or 3 and then I'll finish like 20th because I'm getting annoyed. So I'm like, right, I'm just going to speed run, kill these people. So it is the way away when you start getting frustrated and you start overthinking shit.
Yeah. Me and Jack haven't done any more campaign because I've been away. Then when I got back, I just wanted to play multiplayer, and obviously me and Andy played multiplayer as well. We will go back and finish it. It's just when. But Stephen, you've done a bit more.
I have. I did jump on for about an hour of multiplayer. It didn't go great. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not
On your
gonna
own?
try and pick it up. Yeah, I was playing on my own.
I'd suggest as a
and-
first. I know it's not a first time player, but essentially, just play at least with one other. Just to
Yeah.
one, it
So
makes it more
I
enjoyable
was-
anyway, but also just as a bit of guidance as well.
I was playing just straight up team deathmatch
Yeah.
on the list, and I got a couple of kills, but yeah, and a lot of it is I'd go around to someone similar to what you were saying when you watched that guy, and I'd be like, right, shotgun straight in the head, wouldn't connect, and then they just turn around, bomb. I'm like, sorry, how has that happened?
Knowing you, the way you're saying it and actually seeing your screen, you're probably like 5 meters away trying to fucking.
Oh,
shot
probably.
them.
The accuracy at it is terrible. Even sometimes with the campaign, some of the shots, I'm like, Jesus Christ, where are you even shooting, Stephen? So I did like basically half an hour mainly campaign, and then did another sort of half an hour. I want to have a game where I get a couple of kills before I then move on to Fortnite and then Mafia, which I did. In terms of the campaign, yeah, I am halfway through the second act, so I've done all of Act 1 and the first 2 bits of Act 2. I don't know. What shall we give in like a spoiler warning, or it's like
Not for
always
Gears of
it's
War.
Because I do want to play it through and I've sort of forgotten.
Yeah,
most
leave it for
stuff.
Okay. I will leave some bits out. There's one character that I forgot how cool they were until I've now replayed them when they
That's not a
pop
spoiler. I'm
into
guessing you
your.
mean Augustus Cole.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
Sorry.
You mean Augustus Coltrane?
Yeah.
that's not a spoiler.
Coltrane, baby.
Everyone knows he's
Yeah.
cool.
Sorry, but like I forgot how much fun like his one-liners consistently throughout.
See, for
And
me, it's
because I haven't
it's Damon Baird every day of the week. Damon Baird is just comedy gold in that game.
Yeah,
I love him
yeah,
so
but
much.
I think a lot of it though.
Oh wait,
half
have
of
you
it I'm
met him?
kind of
Mate?
like,
Oh yeah, you have. Yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
I've met him. But I'm like half of the stuff I'm like I don't remember, so it's quite nice playing it where I've got no idea. I did remember, and this isn't really a spoiler. I did remember the Berserker bit.
Mhm.
I remember playing that back in the day because I did that bit. But I did have some glitches with this sequence, which I don't know if you've had, Welchy, but I did have some issues with it. It was more glitches with luring the Berserker. Yeah, so I had some glitches with luring the Berserker because fucking Dom kept standing in the bloody way, So there's like,
Okay. Well, I'm playing with Jack, so I don't have that issue.
oh right. So
I think I know.
essentially,
Yeah, I
so
remember that happening in
you've
the
got
original game.
you got
Obviously, you got
Marcus and
the
you got
computer player. Yeah.
Dom. Basically, Andy, it's like this massive thing.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
blind, and
Uh,
then he has to go through like 3 separate doors before you go outside to then get the opportunity to kill him, right? And I'm like, right, okay, I've got this. First time, I forgot that that's what you had to do. So I died like twice. I'm thinking, wow, the fuck did you kill it? And then I was like, oh, hang on a minute. I've got to learn into here and then through the door. Gotcha. Know what I've got to do. Just kept standing in the way. And then, so he kept going down and then I can't revive him. So then it just says, failed. Dom's dead. It's
Yeah.
like, and it happened on 3 separate occasions. So I was like, right, finally, I got him through all 3 doors. And then you get to the last bit where he's in this tomb before going outside, and then you get a countdown. So you get like 6 minutes that you've got to like kill him, and he won't get out of the tomb. He got to the end bit of the tomb, and he just stood there, and the count is going down, and I'm like, right. So I thought I'll go in there, I'll go to the side, I'll start shooting at him, and maybe I'll throw the wood of the tomb out and then come outside. No, nothing. So I had to then load it again. Luckily, I thought if you take me back to when we're with Dom and I've got to do this for a 4th time, fuck off. Luckily, though, the game takes you to the bit after that, and then he just came straight outside. So then it was a simple case of just using your what's it called, the
Hammer Dawn.
power. That's it. And using that like around to then killing him was really easy going outside. I remember that sequence. I don't remember the glitches. But that was really frustrating. That was really, really frustrating. And the only thing I would say, it's a remaster, guys. Why have you not fixed that? Why is that still happening?
Yeah.
That should not be happening.
No, I know. I agree. I mean, that's the benefit of playing co-op, I guess, is that. I mean, Jack's not much better than the computer player. Let's be honest. This will be a test to see if he listens to our podcast or not, because he'll message me saying, "What the fuck."
Yeah.
But no, they should fix it. But it's just one of those.
I mean, the
things.
first 2 times it was quite funny and amusing, but then the 3rd time I'm like, right, this is ridiculous
Yeah.
because you can't do anything. And then the times I did try and be clever to try and get Dom up straight away, I was then getting killed by the berserker because I wasn't getting out of the way fast enough because it's literally comes near you, dead. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the campaign. As I said, I'm halfway through Act 2, and I'm just trying to balance my time between, like I said, Matthew's got me, but Gears of War is a lot of fun. And it's completely different because like Gears is, I forgot that most of it is just going from one place to another, just shooting the crap out of everything, which is a lot of fun with the dual sense and everything. Where like Mafia is a complete different like spectrum in terms of it being a real driven story, which I know obviously Gears does have a story, but they're 2 very different campaigns to kind of do at a parallel with each other. So I suppose sometimes if I'm in the mood, I just want to like kill those people, it will be going on to Gears, and if I want to be immersed into a story, it'd be Mafia. But I hope they do remaster like the 2, 3, because I realised that even though I've played them, there's a lot that I don't remember. So it is kind of similar to like you, Eddie, where you'll come to it and it will be almost like doing it new.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff. There's little fragments of moments that I remember, like, oh yeah, that was when it was on the Xbox, and that's quite nice when it reminds me of some of the gaming sessions I had in my Xbox days. But yeah, so it was a lot of fun. That was literally about 13 hours of gaming on one day. That's how I spent my Saturday, which is just great. Like I was having alcoholic drinks. I was just went from one game to another. I was like, this was great. And also because there was no football on, there was, but like there wasn't any Premier League stuff. So like even though I love football, it can take you away for a couple of hours. So this was like a whole proper day. And I was like, I wish I could just do this every single day, but unfortunately life doesn't allow us to do that.
Talking of Gears 2 and Gears 3 remastered, I did see an article saying that they haven't got as many PlayStation players as they wanted.
Really?
So apparently, apparently it was only like 260,000 PlayStation users.
Is that it?
If this article's true, obviously I didn't
Fuck.
dive into it too much, but that's what it said, and it said 8% of the player base is from Xbox and PC, and people like Games Pass basically.
That's insane because there's 78 million PS5s and they've not even got like 1 million.
Wow.
Apparently,
I'm surprised.
that's correct.
So the main bulk of the players that are the Xbox and PC players that are playing this remaster.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
So I do
wow.
see PlayStation people in most lobbies, but
Yeah, so do I. But
That's still a tiny amount though, and that would stop them. They would not bother doing
well, they
a
know the
re-
Xbox people would have it anyway.
mm.
So I wouldn't say it's a definite no, but yeah, that's not great news.
Do you know what I thought would be a better option with this Reloaded if they added like number 2 and 3 as like DLC, just like if it was just
It's
the campaigns on its
it's
own. But
so
I
tough
don't
because they're
know.
so different in terms of the way they play. It can't have the same. It's different, not mechanics, but I guess it is different mechanics because Gears of War 2 adds in the reverse upwards chainsaw and it's
Yeah,
got chainsaw duels. It depends how that would work, but
and it'd be too
um,
complex to sort of add that into the current
multiplayer wouldn't
sort of
work at all.
database. No, but in terms of they just did standalone DLC for the sequels,
It could
but it would
work,
be
but I think
difficult to do.
most people would be like, we don't just want that, we want the multiplayer as well. So
Yeah.
yeah,
um, it's tough. They should have done the Halo route, but they haven't. We've got about 5 6 minutes left. I just want to quickly jump in. I've played NBA 2K26. I bought that on Nintendo Switch 2. I think I mentioned it last week that I was thinking about it. I did. I jumped into it because it looked good, and I'm happy I bought it. I'm having a good time. Played about 5 hours so far, maybe in just under a
Okay.
week. Um, because I've been playing something else as well that I need to talk about in a minute. But it's a lot of fun. I've started my
oh,
career mode, which is normally where I spend most of my time. It's cheesy, like the cutscenes are cheesy. That your character's a bit cheesy, and I'm like, I don't like all this cheese. Let's just stick to the basketball. Um, so I'm not even in the NBA yet. I've not even got far enough into my career to get there. But um, once I get there, that's when it'll start getting good for me. And I've been playing my team,
they're
which
trying to
is
make it too realistic, aren't they? For these sort of games now,
yeah. You
it gets
start
to the
off in
point
high
where you,
school, and
yeah,
there's like different matches you got to do, and I'm like, this is all great, but I just want to be in the NBA.
yeah, you just want to get straight into it and start playing. Like,
Yeah. Um, and played some of their ultimate team, which has been good so far. Although my team is crap, so it's hard to enjoy it as much when I'm having to use rubbish players.
Mm,
The other
yeah.
game I've been playing on Nintendo Switch 2 is a game called Inside. I mentioned it before
that's
when
a horror game.
no, I bought it
That's like
when
well,
I bought. Actually, I don't think he was on that episode, Andy. I think he was off that one. But when I bought Batman Arkham City, I bought 3 other games for very
Yes,
cheap.
you did. Yeah, yeah. I
okay,
remember you saying that now.
So I got 4 games at a price of like £13. So this one would have been like a quid or something. Inside is an extremely popular and well-rated video game by Playdead, who also made Limbo. If you may know what Limbo is, they're very small
not
games.
aware.
This one took me 3.5 hours to beat.
Oh, okay.
3.5 to
Is this on
four
the Switch?
hours. It's on Switch too, but it's also on
Yeah.
PlayStation. It's on Xbox. It's everywhere.
Okay.
And it's a great game. It's quite depressing. I don't want to spoil things, but you play as a kid and you just it's a side scroller game, so you're just going in one direction, but you can go the other way because
Yeah.
it's a puzzle game essentially. Um, but there's like this, it tells a story just through the environment. Like there's no words. There's a bit of music, but it's mostly the things you're seeing is telling the story, and it does that to an incredible level. Because like I don't know the
Okay.
story, like I couldn't tell you exactly what it's about, but from what I'm seeing, I'm like, oh, I think I get what we're doing here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it showing or portraying like deep messages? Is it telling the
Yes, and
story?
I've looked online, and some people have some wild theories. I'm like, that's a massive stretch, but I mean, we don't know.
You never know.
Um,
Yeah.
but if you just take it in the most simple way of what you're seeing, it's still a good, interesting story. It's a great game. I'd give it an 8 or an 8.5. I think typically
Wow.
this
I sort of.
actually rates higher than that. I'd have to check the Metacritic, but if you like puzzle games, I'd say it's essentially a must play, mainly because of the environmental storytelling, the puzzle solving.
Yeah.
One of those games where the puzzles are some of them are simple, but some of them are like clever enough to make you stop for a minute, but they were never difficult enough to make me search online.
Yeah.
There was always a
Yeah. Yeah.
way, and some took me longer. And I was like, when you did that, I was like, that's actually really fucking clever. Like it's not that I'm clever. It's like, oh, how do they think of that? Like, how do they make this
And it
puzzle?
and it
Um,
makes you then feel good because you're like, oh yeah, it took me a
yeah.
little bit of time to work it out, but I did it.
So I recommend it. Maybe if it comes to Game Pass or something, or you get it for you to PlayStation Plus, um,
Yeah.
or get it for a quid like I did. But um, other than that, rematch as always. Andy, we played a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Definitely noticed in the the skill-based matchmaking a bit more on, or when we jumped on and played, I felt like it was a lot more difficult from when I last played in terms of the opposition that
Yeah,
we're
we
playing.
was definitely coming up against some
Felt really
sweaty,
defensive.
sweaty people. Yeah,
Yeah.
Could it not be that you've just gone, down the?
No, I was playing
and he's
bad
pressing the
compared
wrong
to
buttons for half the night.
yeah, because I hadn't played in a while, so I was definitely
Yeah.
rusty. But in terms of like the other teams, they were just all sitting back and playing so defensively.
To be fair, I played Rematch a little bit like last week, not a lot, maybe like an hour throughout the week when I had like a spare 15, 20 minutes. And even the games that I'm coming against, I'm not finding I used to be able to score from being in goal. That's rare now. Like people have realised how you can stop that. You get a couple of ones where the goalkeeper just like yeets and goes either left or right, and you get lucky. But like I remember, like even maybe a month ago, it was happening pretty much every game. I was getting at least 1 to 2 goals from that. So it does feel like a lot of people now playing that are pretty sweaty. Was your goalkeeping performances as good as what we were last time, Welchy, when we played?
Was it when I was playing with you, Andy, or was it when I was playing with Jack? There was one game where I
Oh,
was
when
insane
you
in
had a
goal.
dolphin dive. Oh no,
Oh
I
no,
wouldn't
that the
say that.
dolphin
I
dive was
remember
fucking
when,
funny.
yeah.
No, but I've been playing pretty well in goal recently. Other than
Yeah,
that, other than the dolphin
you
dive.
yeah, no, you actually were in goal the most when we were
Yeah.
playing anyway, weren't you? Because I remember you making a comment about it.
Well,
As soon as I went in
because
goal,
no
I
one could score
conceded
against me,
another
but then
goal.
because I couldn't
Yeah,
score either, Andy and the other guy won't score. I thought, what the fuck's this? But anyway, we're at 56 minutes, so we do need to wrap up. But Andy, before we go, where can people follow you?
you can find me over on Twitch at Andy_Wyatt_07. Hopefully, the next game I will be needing to get God of War complete at some point, so maybe I'll stream a bit of that. And you can also find me over on Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at either AB Collectibles or AB Collectibles 24. Thank you very much.
And Stephen, where can people follow you?
Yeah, just on my TikTok at DJ Bagpuss, and there will be lots of content around analysing Arsenal and other bits and pieces coming your way, and on my YouTube channel of the same name, which you can see historic videos of myself. Thank you very much.
Thank you all for listening to the Late Night Gamer podcast. If you enjoyed the episode, please give us a follow, leave a rating, and tell a friend about us, as it goes a long way. You can follow us on all social medias with the handle at the LNG Pod. Next week, we are back with our favourite boss battles in video games, which will be a good conversation. And then the second part will be another what we've been playing, I imagine. Until then, I have been your host, Welchy, and my guests have been Andy.
Yeah, thank you as always, guys. It's been a pleasure, and looking forward to the next topic.
And Stephen.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure as always. And there is one boss battle that I'm very, very excited to talk about. So looking forward to that.
Thank you all for listening and keep on gaming.